I met him, I was in town for the Golden Globes because Breaking Bad was nominated for a Golden Globe. And Michael was also in town for the Golden Globes. And I had done a few tapes that I sent from New Mexico. And they asked if I could meet with him and do a chemistry read. And I told my mom, this is exactly what I said, because my mom was visiting us in New Mexico. I said, this is a long shot, but I'm just so excited to meet with him and get to read with him. And he was so fantastic. Like, when you're auditioning for something, you could not ask for any more than that. He was wonderful. Well, I mean, the thing is it's not just about, I mean, yeah, he lives with Parkinson's, but he lives with lots of stuff, you know, lots of great stuff, and then, you know, some stuff that's not so great, but he's also really funny, and I think the funniest shows are about real life, you know, and even on Breaking Bad, I feel like the funniest moments are the ones where it's just very real, and I feel like that's what the script has, which makes it fantastic. And Michael's just, I think he's a comic genius. Like, honestly, just to play opposite him is a dream for me. I play Annie, and I'm married to Mike Henry, and he was a big news anchor in New York, and then decided to leave work after he had been diagnosed with Parkinson's. We have 3 kids, and I'm a teacher, and it's just about our life together and the funny things that happen in real life. When we all came into town for the table read, we did a photo shoot with the family, and it's amazing to me how people can cast a family, and sometimes it just really works. And I feel like when it works, you know it instantly. You probably know it when it doesn't either. You probably realize that instantly. But I said, I really like being part of this family. You know, it's a really good group. You know, and you can just tell everybody is who they are, you know, when you read the script. So the character Eve, who is my daughter on the show, is doing a documentary for a project for school. And that convention allows that character to show her and all of the other characters on the show in a different way. You know, it's unique and it's interesting. You know, it lets us see some things into them that you probably, not only would you not see that in the first episode, you just might not see these things ever. You know, I mean, to her, I think that, and I think also she's a touchstone for him. You know, like she doesn't, you know, they're very honest with one another. You know, I don't know that I want to say brutally honest, because they're not brutal to one another. It's a really loving relationship. But, you know, he knows that he can count on her, and vice versa. You know, I don't know that I would say it's a maternal sort of thing, but she just cares about him so much. I mean, so yeah, she would want to protect him. I think in this show, one way of protecting him is to keep him from staying home and not doing anything. And protect everybody. You know, so in the show, Mike has just left his job as a news anchor, you know, but I think that Andy knows him well enough to know that that's what he wants to do, and it's kind of, you know, it's in his blood, and he's good at it. And staying home and not really doing anything, he's not so great at. So, you know, I think one of her jobs as a good spouse is to make sure that he does what he needs to do. It's only the first episode, so we'll see where it goes. But I love the setup for Annie and Lee and their relationship. They get along, it's really friendly, and I think it also, you know, can lead to some really comedic moments, you know, when she's like, how do you live with him? She says to me, you know, he pays my rent, but only in the basement, you know? And a lot of shows, I feel like when they have, you know, two women around the same age, you know, they don't get along, and they look for the comedy in that. But I think this is funnier and better, and I just like it. You know, I like to, there's certain shows you like to watch as just an escape, has nothing to do with you. And then there are other shows you like to watch that you can relate to. And this is one of those, you know, and it's great. And hopefully you watch people deal with it. Maybe sometimes they don't deal with things as well as you would. Maybe they deal with them, you know, better than you would. But to me, like, the thing about this script is, you know, you read, as an actor, you read a fair amount of comedies, and a lot of them are not actually funny. And this I thought was really funny, and also just really honest, and the characters were so real. You know, and I don't care if I'm watching drama or comedy, if I don't care about the people in it, just, you know, I don't care. I don't care how much money they spend on the pilot. I'm just not gonna watch it.